Hello, everyone, and welcome to
The Movie House.
Today we're going to talk to you about a movie from 1962 called The Longest Day, starring John Wayne, Henry Fonda, Eddie Albert, Richard Burton,
Roddy McDowell.
Sean Connery. I mean, it's practically everybody and their brother
is in this movie.
It's almost 3 hours long. It's 2 hours and 58 minutes. The Longest Day, about the Normandy Invasion. What'd you think?
Oh, it was wonderful. We were at the library, right? And you just happened to see it on the shelf.
Right.
And neither one of us, I'd never seen it. You had never seen it.
No.
And so we thought we would give it a try. And it sat by the TV for a while because we were trying to find the right time to watch.
3 hours,
a 3-hour movie. And finally we watched it, and it was wonderful. Such a good movie.
Yes, very good. Red Buttons is in it.
Yes.
He plays a paratrooper who gets hung up on a building and is shot at by the Germans. And it really does I think, not being an historian professionally, it does a really good job of showing you the various elements of the invasion, the water invasion, the guys on the beaches, the paratroopers coming in paratrooping at night.
Yes.
And landing in trees and all in buildings and all kinds of places. Everything that went into that invasion. The Germans, the Germans are portrayed, and their reaction and the lead up to it, what they're thinking about where the invasion, because they know invasion's coming. They just don't know when.
They don't know when.
And they don't know where
right.
exactly. They have their ideas. And you hear them talk about what they think is going to happen.
Right. So you're seeing everything from the perspectives of everybody involved who's thinking how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. And what I really liked about the movie, too, this is, it was 1962?
Right.
It's in black and white.
Right.
It's in black and white. And everybody who plays a German, you have... Subtitles.
Right.
So they're speaking German.
Right.
The French are speaking French.
Right.
The Americans and English speak their languages. So that added so much depth to this movie because we're watching it, and I thought it was made in 1940 something because of the quality of it being in black and white and with the subtitles. So that just added a lot of layers to this movie to really help you be there.
Yeah.
About what happened that day.
Yeah, they shot it in black and white because they were using a lot of 40s newsreel footage, which was in black and white, and they wanted to seamlessly include that, and so having the whole movie in black and white helped.
It did.
Keep you from being thrown off. So, but yeah, it was very effective. Excellent acting, portrayals of real characters, real men involved in this invasion. And in fact, Richard Todd was in the invasion in real life. The star of the movie we did earlier, A Man Called Peter, was part of the Normandy Invasion in real life. And he ends up in this movie playing his commander. And there's a character that walks up to Richard Todd in the movie and gives him information. And he has a different name, but actually that character is Richard Todd. Richard Todd is the one who did that in real life, went to his commander, gave him this information that's portrayed in the movie, and Richard Todd is so playing out a real event in his own life.
Right, which is really wild.
Yeah.
Really wild.
Yeah.
Tell a story about Richard Burton and Roddy McDowell. I love that.
Yeah, Richard Burton and Roddy McDowell have very small parts in this movie, and the reason they are in
and
this
they're
movie,
American. Aren't they playing Americans?
Well, he's Richard Burton is an RAF officer.
Right, but Roddy McDowell
plays an American.
Right,
and
which is interesting.
Right, the reason they're in this movie is they were both part of the production of Cleopatra at the same time. And because of the delays in shooting for that movie, because it's famous for cost overruns and production problems, they were sitting around bored a lot of the time. And so they begged and borrowed their way into this movie just to have something to do. So that's why they're in it.
Wasn't Sean Connery there for kind of the same reason?
Sean Connery was a young actor at this point in time. I didn't look it up, but he must have been at least somewhat known because he has several lines. Mm-hmm. He's only in a scene or two. He has several lines, but he asked to shoot his scenes all at once because he was ready to jet off to Jamaica to play James Bond in Dr. No right after this. And so this is right before he becomes worldwide famous and a superstar, his appearance in The Longest Day.
Yes. And Richard Burton was in the RAF, wasn't he? Is that why he was doing that?
don't-
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
He may have been, because he did comment that he didn't like that he was playing an RAF officer
Yeah.
because he was so much older at this point in time. He's like, I didn't know
Right.
an officer in that corps that was over 35 years
Right.
old, and I'm way over that now, but he did it because he wanted something to do.
Right. That's what the other part of the story you told me. That's why I was
Yes.
remembering,
Yes.
is that he didn't feel comfortable doing that because he thought he was older.
Right, right.
So thank you for
Sure, no problem.
clarifying that. But yeah, I liked it. It was a good movie.
I did too. It's 3 hours long, but it moves along, and it's not overly graphic, but it is for its day fairly graphic in how it depicts the death toll on both sides, and again the incredible bravery
Oh,
and the
yes.
incredible exploits of average GI Joe in this invasion. Again, some of the tragic circumstances that these guys ended up in because they were willing
Right.
to do what had to be done.
Yes. Yes. And Veterans Day is coming up.
Yes,
So hug a vet.
yes,
Hug a vet. Thank a vet. Buy him a cup of coffee. Buy her a cup of coffee, because they've paid an awful price for our freedom.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. So again, it's worth your time. Carve out 3 hours out of your day because you'll need it, but it's well worth spending the time looking at this movie.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's it for us. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.